for later. So I brought you out here today to the Salish Sea, also known commonly as the Strait of Georgia, to, well, I'm very much in the shadows here, and very much in the mud. Oh, great. Okay, let's go this way. Anyway, the Salish Sea, a busy waterway. Over there is Swartz Bay Ferry Terminal. Boats going by. Camera won't pick it up, but you can see the Olympic Mountains in the distance. And I saw Mount Baker earlier in the mist. So, the mission today is something I've wanted to do for quite some time. And that is make a cup of cedar tea. Now, I've been looking at this stuff, foraging, and before it was the Strait of Georgia, the Coast Salish basically dominated this territory, and along with multiple indigenous groups, some peaceful, some not so peaceful, but I think, and I'm no expert, but I think what they all had in common is the belief that the cedar tree is the tree of life. The bark can be woven into any kind of material, the wood harvested, and here's the thing, these guys knew how to do forestry. I have seen the, quote, culturally modified trees where they were harvesting wood almost to the core, the tree still standing, hundreds and hundreds of years alive. They wouldn't knock down a tree and use it up. They would go to the next tree. And finally, the branches, the leaves, needles, can be used medicinally. High in vitamin C, and apparently containing an amount of a neurotoxin. So nature comes with a warning label. Don't overuse. Don't use it in concentration. It will cause diarrhea, vomiting, tremors, and in some cases death. So I wouldn't start gulping this stuff down, but it is high in vitamin C. And you might not notice, but I've got a doozy of a head cold. Woke up the other morning with it. So I figured, perfect time, get some fresh air, and brew up some cedar boughs, and make a weak cup of cedar tea, or medicine water. See how it goes. Hopefully I don't die. Water on the boil. Now, the tea leaves. You can identify a cedar. They're flat, they have kind of spurs, and they're quite soft. I'm not going to use too much. just gonna toss them in, get them to a boil, and steep them for about 10 minutes. You don't want to get too strong, obviously, but a nice weak cedar tea might hit the spot by the sea. Oh, I just missed him. The river otter just popped up and dove down. It's right around here. Let's see if he pokes him back up again. Anyway, wildlife are hard to deal with. Very uncooperative. Nice sandstone rockery. Grandma's Cove and around the corner. The morning fog is burning off, and kind of dramatic sky, but I don't think we're going to see rain for a couple of days. Be nice to dry out. It's been raining solidly. Beautiful, beautiful, calm, early February morning. I'm actually too warm. I gotta take a layer off. Beautiful. All right, so in a previous episode, I had a tea strainer, and I think it's still on a log on a beach. So I'm gonna try and do this the old-fashioned way. My first impression is that cedar tea is the color of urine. PT. All right. It's herby. And it's hot. I'm gonna let that cool down a minute. Ooh. Hey, buddy. I have a seagull buddy. I brought my book too. Why not make a morning of it? I've never read Farley Mowat. I know there's some controversy as to whether or not he fabricated some of his stories. But I think after all these decades, he could be forgiven for being a little loose with facts. His mission was to bring attention to cultural and environmental issues. We'll see. So far, just started. The man can write. There's the ferry going to Vancouver. Across the Salish Sea, which this morning is lovely. I saw that a couple of orcas passed this point on the weekend. They won't be here for me. But I do have a seagull. And that's something. It's not the destination, it's not the journey, it's the company. Well, a lot of ferry traffic this morning going by my morning tea location. I can tell you, cedar tea is pretty good. I'm getting oregano. Weird. We'll see if it clears up my cold. The only disturbance this morning is the weight coming off that Vancouver ferry. Very cool.